Good morning, everybody.
There we go.
No video.
Are you ready to get started? Excellent. That's exactly what we're going to do. My name is Chuck Steele. I'm the manager of student life here at College of DuPage.
My name is Dr. Christopher Miller. I am a professor of speech communication here at College of DuPage.
Let's kick things off with giving yourselves a big round of applause for being here on what is guaranteed to be a beautiful Sunday or a beautiful summer day. Just to give you some idea of what's in store for you today, you are going to learn a lot about what you need to get the absolute most out of your College of DuPage experience. You are going to meet people and have fun, and yes, there is going to be food trucks. So give it up for the food trucks. Chris and I have a number of people who are going to help us out this morning, I should say. The first one, we went right to the top of the organizational chart, and we have here to welcome you our interim president of College of DuPage, Dr. Christine Hammond.
Hello, hello everyone. How are you today? Good? You can do a little better than that. Good morning. Great. We want you to find your voice here at the College of DuPage because you are so important to us. As you heard, I am Dr. Christine Hammond, and I have the privilege of serving as the interim president here at the College of DuPage. What a wonderful place I'm discovering, and you will discover it too. New student orientation is an exciting time for you because you're going to discover all that the college has to offer. But let me tell you something else. You are also going to begin today and for the rest of the year to discover things about yourself, to discover new friends, new relationships, new interests, new opportunities. And that is what makes today such an exciting opportunity for all of us, because I can't tell you how excited we are to welcome you. I want to give you a little bit of encouragement. You know, I've been around higher ed a long time. Well, not that long. I'm still pretty young. But I want to tell you something that is really important, and that is to please take advantage of all the resources that the college has to offer. Don't be afraid to take that risk, to join that club, to visit your professors in their office hours. They want to know what questions you have about the class. They want to be able to give you that guidance and support. See your advisors and your counselors often. Go to the Learning Center. All of these resources are here for you. Please take advantage of them. And while you're at it, I hope you'll take advantage of getting to know your interim president. My office is on the second floor. I will be at events. Please stop by, introduce yourself, tell me about your goals, your ambitions, what you hope to achieve here, and how we can best support those efforts. Step out of your comfort zone, make the most of this opportunity. Everyone here wants you to succeed. Have a great day, and I'm going to look forward to seeing you soon. You are now Chaparrals. Go Chaps. Let's hear it. Go Chaps.
Thank you, Dr. Hammond. It is true indeed today you start your life as a chaparral. We like to say at COD, once you are a chaparral, you are a chaparral for life, so get used to it. To give you a little detail about how today is going to run, this is our main stage presentation. We do have 2 other sessions running for parents and for guests of students. So if you're in this room and you're a parent or a guest of student, you actually should be in a different room. We have one in the Playhouse, which is if you go out to the left, it's right there. And we have one Spanish-speaking one. If you go out to the right, it'll be right there. So if you are a parent or a guest of a student and you want to get to the right session, that's where those are at. The next 2 sessions are going to be up to you to choose which ones you want to attend. If you look on page 6 of the program, we have about 16 different workshops going on today. You get to choose 2 of them to attend, whichever are the 2 most important to you. If you're here with some friends or a group of people and you want to get the most out of it, my suggestion to you would be to try to split up during those sessions so you can get the most information. You can always come back together for the closing session and then for the lunch. You might be looking and go, boy, that's a lot of information for only to be able to choose 2 sessions. The good news is that while we're doing the food trucks, we're also going to have tabling. All of the presenters from all the sessions will be out there with tables, so if you have a specific question that you want answered, feel free to visit the tables at that time. The other thing that is important for you to know is that new student orientation does not end today. We like to say it continues on through Chaparral Days, which is the first 2 days or first 2 weeks of the semester. So we have events going on every day, a lot of make it, take it type items, a lot of free food. We're also going to be having the Student Success Fair, where all of the offices that are here today, all the presenters, will be out, and you can visit them there and get even more information. And then we also have a Student Life Fair, where all the student clubs and organizations will be there, and you can find about ways to get connected with them. So that's all within the first 2 weeks of school. With the food trucks, you did get 3 tickets when you registered outside, and those 3 tickets are for 1 entree, 1 drink, and 1 dessert. Okay? So keep track of those tickets. The other thing I want to mention, and let's not confuse these 2 tickets, because when you go to the workshops, you're also going to get raffle tickets. Okay? When we come back here after the workshop sessions for the closing sessions, we'll be doing a drawing for a number of prizes. We have weighted blankets, we have bento box lunch boxes, we have yoga mats, we have other things. So make sure you keep track of your tickets, because you're going to really want, let me tell you something, those other things,
Yeah, they're good things.
they're good.
Yeah,
Everybody wants the other things.
Yeah. Good and big.
All right. The other thing I want to say before we really kick things off, if you'd like to get your student ID today, they will be available in the Office of Student Life after new student orientation is over. So that'll be about 2:30. Our office will open back up. You can stop over there on your way out and get your student ID today so you have it when school starts. And if at any time today gets overwhelming for you because of the number of people, the noise, things like that, we do have a de-stress room, and that is in MAC 117. So if you just want to take a break and get a little quiet, we do have a de-stress room that you can take advantage of. All right. That's the reminder about Chap Days. And now, we like to do something we call one unique thing. But before we get to one unique thing, where we're going to learn one unique thing about all of you here today, I'd like to share one unique thing about the college. Because I think when you're joining a community and when you come to a new school, that's exactly what you're doing. You're becoming part of our community. So it's important for you to know a little bit about us and the place where we reside. So towards that end, I want to acknowledge that College of DuPage currently exists on the traditional lands of numerous nations, including the Anishinaabe, Council of Three Fires, the Ojibwa, the Ottawa, the Potawatomi, the Haudenosaunee, the Ho-Chunk, the Illinois, the Kickapoo, the Menominee, the Miami, and the Meskwaki peoples. We recognize that we are the most recent residents of lands that have a long history defined by numerous custodians who occupied, cultivated, honored, and protected the land for over 10,000 years, and that land was stolen and its inhabitants unjustly removed, and who presently live and proudly serve their culture and identity in this area and elsewhere. And we also acknowledge and honor with respect and gratitude the land itself, the history, and the peoples who have stewarded it through generations. So that is one unique thing about College of DuPage. Now, it is time to share one unique thing about you. And this is how we're going to do it. It's a little challenging in an auditorium, but you guys look very capable. So I'm going to have you group up into groups of, say, 6 to 8. The easiest way for that to happen is for, say, you 4 people, turn around and talk to the 4 people behind you, and that will be a group. Okay? So use 2 rows. If everyone turns around, nobody will be facing forward. That won't work. So just be cognizant of that, all right? In that little group, I'm going to ask everyone in the group to share one unique thing about yourself. You don't have to get too deep into it, just one unique thing. And the way you're going to know it's unique is that you're going to be the only one in that group who has it. And it can be a talent, it can be an experience, it can be a characteristic. We do ask that it be a positive thing. A positive thing. All right? If somebody else in your group, hold up, if somebody else in your group has that, say if I say I went skydiving, and then Chris said, oh, I've been skydiving, then I either have to get more specific, and I can say I've been skydiving from space. Or I can say I went skydiving in Utah, and if he doesn't match that, then that's unique enough. Or you can choose something else, but it just has to be one unique thing within your little group. When we're done, I'm going to ask for some volunteers to share with the larger group. So I am going to also ask the orientation leaders here in green if they can kind of step in and participate a little bit within the groups. But we'll give you a few minutes to get going on that. So go ahead, self-select your groups, and then share one unique thing. Be sure to introduce yourself by name, too, to your group. Okay, you have 30 seconds to wrap it up. If you have not wrapped it up already, you have 27 seconds to wrap it up. So don't forget, 24 seconds, and we will get things going again. All right, then. If I could get your attention back to the stage. Here's what happens next. We ask for volunteers who would like to share their one unique thing with the room. When that person raises their hand and is chosen by Chris Miller here, he will then throw the catch box. The catch box is a microphone surrounded by Nerf, so it's fairly safe. It's pretty safe. So do your best to catch it. One thing about the catch box is you don't have to hold it right up here. You can hold it right down here. It'll pick it up, and that way we can all hear what you have to say. When we're done talking with you, after you're done sharing your one unique thing, you'll throw it gently back up to Chris Miller, or me if you're on this side. But Chris is a better catch. And then we have, before we share the next one, we will wipe it down because we are conscientious here. Okay, so all that being said, who would like to share their one unique thing?
I saw it.
Okay, so stand up. Did I mention that Chris is a full-time speech teacher? You mentioned
I
that.
am. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to stand up whenever you talk. That's just kind of the rule. You have to stand up.
Stand right
Yeah, right there.
Perfect timing. Now would be the perfect
Perfectly
time.
done. Thank you.
Then what I want you to do, we'll start by you'll introduce yourself. You'll say, hi, I'm,
My name's Miranda.
and then we'll all say,
Hello, Miranda.
oh, this is so nice.
Yeah, nice job.
All
Good
right,
job.
Miranda, what is your one unique thing?
I'm a cat whisperer.
A cat whisperer?
Yeah.
I'm familiar with cats that whisper. But what does that mean to you when you're a cat whisperer?
I just understand them very well.
What makes you think that you understand them very well? I'd like to just understand a little better.
I understand their meows very well.
You understand the meows very well.
Yeah.
Can you give us an example of a meow and perhaps what that meow signifies?
Right.
I mean, if you're going to stand up and, volunteer.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's hear this. You got to judge it.
It's pretty good.
And
They love it.
I want to know what that translates into. What does that mean?
That says hi.
Okay, that's curious. Thank you.
All right. Very good. Toss it back up. Thank you, Miranda. Oh. While Chris cleans it off there, who would like to be the next volunteer to share their one unique thing? Chris loves to throw it. Not just from talking. All right. So, first off, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Grayson.
Hi, Graceland.
Let's try that one more time. I felt that wasn't as,
Well,
it was a little off.
really
We weren't all in sync on that one. So go ahead one more time, Grayson.
My name is Grayson.
Hi, Graceland.
Perfect.
My
Always
unique-
one unique person.
My unique
Okay.
fact is I shaved half my head in elementary school.
We're going to need you to say it one more
I
time.
think she shaved her.
I shaved half my head in elementary school.
Yeah, I heard that right.
Yeah.
Shaved half her head in elementary school.
Top half?
No, side half.
Side. On purpose.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you want to, so in elementary school, what grade was that?
I think like 3rd to 4th to 5th. I like kept it that way
Oh.
for half of it.
So you cut it for multiple times?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay. It was a
Gave myself an
sustained-
undercut too. Yeah. Did
Wait, you
every-
got a tattoo?
No, I gave myself an undercut, so I shaved the
Oh.
lower half of my hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I assume then that, was that, did you get that idea from someplace, or was that out of your own creation, or?
I just wanted to do it. I love messing with my hair. I dye it all sorts of colors too. So.
Excellent, very nice.
As a bald man, I don't worry about the hair. I mean, I am fascinated by your hair talents.
What did I say about taking the hat off?
Sorry
on
about
stage?
that.
Okay.
Didn't put on my
It's too
All right.
shiny.
makeup.
Big hand for Grayson.
Good job, Grace.
We can do two more.
I see you.
Oh, wait.
Hi, my name is Gabe.
Hello, Gabe. And what's your one unique thing?
I know
Hold
how
on,
to
before
cook.
you go on, who were you checking with just then to find out who your one unique thing was?
My friend right here.
Your friend? Should we be talking to her? You know your one unique thing. Okay, what is it?
I know how to cook.
You know how to cook.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say she knows how to cook.
How do you know that you know how to cook?
I used to professionally work for 6 years in the kitchen.
Okay.
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 I have to ask that question. I apologize. I have to ask that question because my wife always tells me that she knows how to cook, and I always have to ask her, how do you know that you know how to cook? Anyways, so what did you have a specialty?
I know how to make good eggs.
Okay. Okay.
What style of eggs do you do? What's your omelet, scrambled?
I can make a omelet souffle, you know, the one that jiggles.
One that
The
jiggles.
one that you cut open,
Yeah, that one, yeah. Or
Okay.
it jiggles.
it jiggles?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm kind of impressed with that.
Yeah.
And then, I'm sorry, you said you were working 6 years in a kitchen?
Yeah.
And where, can I ask where that was?
I used to work in Rams's Kitchen in downtown Naperville. Then I switched to Cooper's Hawk. Then I
Okay.
left the restaurant and
Are you going into culinary?
No, I'm retired.
You're retired? Let's give a hand for retirement.
For sure.
All right, after 6 years. While Chris is cleaning, I will do a plug for our culinary division. We have an outstanding teaching kitchen, and they occasionally will serve. They sell the stuff that they make, which is delicious. So if you have time, it's right outside the Mac, right over there. That if you have time, go check that out as well. All right, one last unique thing.
Hi, my name is Taylor. And my unique thing is that I'm very into video games.
Ooh.
So when you say very, how into video games are you?
I stay up really late playing video games. It's bad.
This maybe it sounds like a different kind of a meeting that you think this is. What is your favorite game?
Me and my friends like to play Roblox a lot.
Roblox. Yeah, you don't have young kids, so you don't know this.
No. I will say this, it does not sound that unique to this room.
It's a really great game. It's
What's
really
what's the longest stretch you've gone playing that?
good. 5 hours? Probably longer.
Commitment, yes.
One person's commitment is another person's problematic.
Yes, yeah.
5 hours is quite a bit. And then at what age did you start playing video games?
Like video games in general?
Yeah.
As long as I can remember, really. I mostly got into it because of my mom. She played The Sims with me, and she would teach me how to, like, get money by, like, killing people in the game.
Shit.
That's capitalism right there. You nailed it.
Like killing people.
All right, I think that might be a nice spot to move on. Thank you. At this time, those were all great. I really appreciate you sharing. You know, one of the things I love about One Unique Thing is that it really demonstrates the differences in all of us, and I really believe that your uniqueness is a strength, especially when it comes to building community. The more dissimilar we are, the more bases we can cover collectively. So when you bring your individuality out in a group, that's really a strength, and so I appreciate you bringing all of your individuality to College of DuPage. With that being said, I would like to introduce you all to one very unique student we have here, and she is unique because she is our student trustee. There is only one student who sits on the Board of Trustees at College of DuPage, and this is her. Give it up for Anam Sultana.
Hello? Hello, everyone. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Anam Sultana. Welcome to New Student Orientation. I'm really excited for all of you here today and to start your new journey at COD. It's truly an amazing place to be at, and I look forward to how you bring in your unique strengths and contribute at this institution. So I was hearing everyone's unique traits, and I was like, wow, we have a very talented bunch here. So congrats to you guys for having unique strengths. Thank you, thank you. When I first came here at COD as a new student last year, I was quite unsure of what I wanted to pursue, and I felt scared because I felt like I was being left behind in the race for success. However, being here at COD taught me that success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. So I hope this all encourages all of you to always, persevere through life and always never give up on your dreams or yourself. As Chuck already mentioned, I am the student trustee of COD, and as a student trustee, I sit with the Board of Trustees, which is a group of 7 people that oversee the management and policies of our college and make big decisions that affect how our college operates and its future direction. My main job as student trustee is to bring student interest and perspectives to the table, and ensure that whenever the board is making decisions, ensure that the student body, which is you guys, are feeling heard and considered. However, I'm not alone in representing student voices. I work with an amazing team of students known as the Student Leadership Council here at COD, which is the student government, and we help the students feel heard and address any concerns they might have. We actually have a few orientation leaders here. Love and Shad, if you're here, please wave your hand to introduce yourself. SLC is a place of community service, learning, and leadership growth. So I hope you check out the SLC table today at the lobby, and if you're interested, it's a really great place to go to, and I hope you like it here. On a final note, I would just like to thank you all for listening to me and for being here. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for listening to me once again. Thank you. Welcome.
Here's a little bit of trivia about Anam. Last year, she was here last year, except last year she was sitting where you guys are at New Student Orientation. So look around and see if you can guess who in the audience today is going to be our student trustee next year. It's available for everyone. Next up, we're going to continue with One Unique Thing with Dr. Chris Miller, who's going to tell us one unique story.
Okay, I'm going to tell my one unique story. Chuck and I have been running New Student Orientation for 10, almost 12 years or something like that. And I've told the same story every year I've come out. This year is different, right? And you're a different audience. And you're also going to be the first and only audience to hear the first version of the story. My unique thing, right when student trustee was up here, I went over to my phone and I asked Siri how wide is the United States of America in terms of how far is it horizontally? And Google told me it was 2,800 miles, right? And I was like, oh, okay, so cool. So my one unique thing is that I have driven since graduation of COD, I have driven from one side of the United States that way. I've gone back and I've gone one more time. And then I'll go at least one more time before school starts. That's my one unique thing. I will have driven the United States 2 times. Why? Don't applaud this quite yet. The reason I've driven twice is because my parents live in Cordell, Oklahoma, which is about 14 hours away from here. End of May, I got a call that my mom had separated her esophagus from her stomach. My dad, unfortunately, passed away 1 week ago today. I know. It's not unique. A lot of people in this room have lost parents. What's unique to me, though, is I didn't have to come back. I could have. My mom is really sick in Cordell, and my wife stayed there. And I asked her to stay so I could come back to do New Student Orientation. It's unique because I'm here for you. This is the biggest. This is the most important thing of my semester. Is seeing kids. I don't care if you're 18. I'm an adult. You're a kid to me. Kids going to school. I'm a crossing guard at Madison Elementary School in Lombard. If you go by there, I'm the crossing guard there, friend. And I'm the crossing guard. I'm going to stay the crossing guard until I retire, until probably forever. I like watching kids go to school, and I want them to be protected when they go to school, even if it's just crossing a street. I'm here to tell you my unique story, though, because what's also unique about me is that I have 4 college degrees. I have an associate's degree, I have a bachelor's, a master's, and I also have a doctorate. Now, I got my doctorate 2 years ago. That's why I always say Dr. Miller. It's not because, well, whatever, I'm going to brag about it. Okay? But I got my community college degree in Solano Community College in California. I actually grew up in Colorado. Right after I graduated, my parents moved to California. And it was actually my dad who said, when I got there, I either had to get a full-time job or I needed to go to school. And I didn't know where to go to school because I took the ACT and I got a 19 on my ACT. That's what I got when I took my ACT. And when I went to Solano Community College, when I applied there, I had to take those English placement tests and the math placement tests, similar to what many of you are doing. And I also was given, sometimes you think of it as the unfortunate class of being in a developmental class, but it's not the unfortunate. It's like the blessing that you need, because you're going to get an opportunity to finally know where you are. And when I started my community college career in 1992, January of 1992, I was told by the counselor, by my scores on in my English placement scores, that I had a reading comprehension level of a fourth grader. And that's a true story because I never, up until really till college, K through 12, I had never read a book. Like I had never, look, I would love to be embellishing on this part of the story, but there's nothing there. When my daughter was like 4 or 5, who's at Madison, by the way, when she was like 4 or 5, she wanted to read Shel Silverstein's The Giving Tree. I was like, this old man is just cutting down the tree. Like, what the hell, dog? Like, you're just taking shit and not giving anything back. I was crying so hard because I'd never read Shel. To this day, have never read To Kill a Mockingbird. I've never read The Diary of Anne Frank. I have never read those books. Never. I never read them because I didn't read them in high school. I cheated in high school. I went to my friend's house who were reading it. I was like, that sounds good. And I did that. Or I'd go to my friend's mom and I'd be like, hey, could you help me edit this? And I was charming. You're like, thanks, Mrs. Proctor. You're the best. So would I put a comma here? And I got through it like that. And then I got to college and they were like, there's no one here to help you. And I just made a decision that I wanted to do it. I graduated Solano Community College in 1995. It took me 3.5 years to get out of that college. 2 years after that, 1997, I got a bachelor's. 1999, I got a master's. It took me as much time to get my bachelor's and my master's as it did my associate's degree, because my associate's degree gave me a foundation. And then, I got a doctorate, whatever, in 2022, right? It takes some time, okay? You got to take your time. What is unique about my story is not really unique. But it's kind of unique to the people in the room. Like my colleagues, a lot of them don't have associate's degrees. They went right into a 4-year university. They were similar to you. Like a lot of you have friends going to Iowa and going to 4 years, and you might be feeling a little bit, whatever. Stop. Just stop. It's the best decision you've ever made in your lives. You're going to get a better education for a lower cost. You're never going to take Speech 1100, the basic Speech 1100 class, from a doctor, me, who's been teaching that class for 22 years, who has won outstanding faculty of that college. And you sure, more than likely, are not going to have somebody drive back to go see just students because they're coming to your college. I go on FMLA on Thursday, so I can do this one, and then tomorrow, pack up and go to Oklahoma to take care of my mom. That's it. I'll be back to teach some of you soon, so just wait. My name's Chris Miller. If you got to take speech, wait on because I'll come. But the point is that I, by the way, am here for you. I'm here for him, my best friend too. But I'm here because I so care about students, and I want to welcome you to our college because I'm going to need you when I get back as support. You're going to see me and like, what's up, doc? You cool? Cool, later, dude. Don't buy me anything. Just say hi. Have fun for the rest of your day, huh? Do all the things that they're telling you to do today. Rock this college. If you need help, ask one of the older people around here. Ask one of the people that are young. Like, where do I go? Go find it together. We're here together. I came back because I need you. I'm going to go take care of my family, take care of each other while I'm gone, and I'll see you when I get back in a couple weeks. Later.
Chris Miller, everyone. He did have to take off, so that is his portion of the day, but I do want to say a big thank you for him, especially everything he's going through right now. While his story is very unique, his care of you, the students, is not unique here at College of DuPage. You're going to find that out today, and you're going to find that out throughout your entire time here. We all, have our unique stories, but that one thing that we have in common is how much we care about the students. At this time, we're going to talk about the 3 Gs. I do have another guest I want to introduce, Manuel Nardi.
Thank you, Chuck. Thank you.
I am not Veronica. Veronica could not be here. But Manuel is. Manuel is an alum. Has been in the seats that you're in now. He has been an orientation leader. He has been a team lead. He is an artist. He is a public speaker. And if you're interested at all in the Las Vegas Raiders of the NFL, talk to him. He worked there for a little bit. A very unique story, but I want to say thank you to Manuel for helping us out with the 3 Gs today. Give him a hand.
Thank you, guys. It's my pleasure to be here.
So the first G that you all should know, and Chris touched on it a little bit, and that is that you are a genius for attending College of DuPage. Repeat after me, genius.
Genius.
Feels good to say it, doesn't it? A lot of people look at our community of students here at College of DuPage and they think it's pretty diverse. And in my head, I'm always like, I see 2 different types of students. I see geniuses, and I see students who are just incredibly lucky. And you are lucky because you get all the great things the geniuses know that they're getting and just maybe are not aware of it yet. So I'll let you decide which category you belong to, but hopefully by the end of the day, you'll know that you are a genius for attending College of DuPage. There's really 2 reasons. There is the money, and there is the education. Which one do you want to talk about first? Are you shocked?
Give me my money.
So it does not take a genius to know that you're going to pay less in tuition at College of DuPage than you're going to pay at a 4-year school. That does not take a genius. If you're going to get a degree here and stay for 2 years, you're probably going to save somewhere between $20,000 and $60,000, right? Chris mentioned sometimes when you come to a community college, there might be a twinge of jealousy for your friends who are going to a 4-year school to go, oh, they're going to a 4-year school, I'm at a community college. I guarantee you that when you all graduate, for those of you who are going on and getting bachelors, when your friends graduate, when you graduate with your bachelors, they are going to be jealous of you and the time you spent at College of DuPage, especially when those bills start rolling in, when that tuition starts rolling in. Because having more money in the bank, taking out less loans, means that you will have more options. You will have more options about the job that you will be working, because you won't have to take just the highest paying job because it's going to pay your bills. You'll be going to be able to take a job that you love. You'll be able to have more options in terms of where you're living. In fact, we have a saying at College of DuPage that goes, the more you're able to live with your parents while you're in college, the less likely you're going to have to live with your parents when you're out of college. And if you don't appreciate that, let me tell you, your parents appreciate that. Okay? But the other thing, well, let's talk about the education piece first. You're getting a high quality of education here at College of DuPage. You know, Chris Miller mentioned being a TA, right? I met Chris Miller. We were both teaching assistants at Northern Illinois University. He was teaching Introduction to Speech Communication. I was teaching TV production, and that's how we met and became such good friends, right? But that was our first teaching experience. We were working on our masters at the time, right? Some people come to College of DuPage and you walk through the BIC, the Berg Instructional Center, and you look around, you look at these small classrooms, and you might say to yourself, man, this looks a lot like high school. This feels a lot like high school. And I will tell you, you could not be more wrong. You are correct in the sense of, yeah, they're small classrooms, right? But let me tell you what else that is like. That is like grad school, okay? When you start in college, especially at a four-year school, it is not unusual for a freshman class to be in this size auditorium, right? Which is not the best teaching method, to be teaching this many people all at one time. Smaller classrooms are better, and that's why as you go further and further in college, the classes keep getting smaller, smaller, smaller. So at College of DuPage, we skip the auditorium classes. You are getting a high-quality education, not by teaching assistants, but by faculty members. If you're all familiar with the University of Illinois engineering program, it is one of the top 3 engineering programs in the country. Top 3. And we have a deal with them that you can spend your first 2 years at College of DuPage and transfer seamlessly into their program, providing you have the grades. But what they're saying with that is that you can get just as good as education here at College of DuPage as you can at one of the top 3 engineering schools in the country. You can start here, transfer there, and it'll be just as good as starting there and going into their engineering program. That's the quality of education that you're getting here.
And that's just one of many schools we're in partner with, isn't that right?
Absolutely. We have, I want to say, over 20 now, 3+1s, 2+2s that we work with to make, if you're on your way to your bachelor's, it makes it that much easier. But I do want to get back to the money piece because there's a very important thing when you combine the quality of education and the money, right? Tuition, this is not a transaction. Your higher educational experience is not a transactional thing. When you go to buy a car, there is a set value of the car. You can look up Kelley Blue Book or whatever and get that. This is the value of that car, and the value is pretty much universal to everybody, right? A little haggling, but it's all right in the same zone. Higher education is not transactional. It's transformational. You get to create your own value when you go to college. So the value is not tied to how much you pay. Some people think, you get what you pay for. That is not the case with higher education. About 10 years ago, Purdue University and Gallup Corporation did a survey. They wanted to find out what about the college experience impacted happiness in life after college, both in work and personal. And what they found was that what you did in college had a bigger impact on happiness after college than where you went to college. What you do in college has a bigger impact than where you go to college. What that means is you create your own value. And that's one of the things we're going to be talking about today is how to get the most from the tuition dollars you're spending, how to get the absolute most value you can from your time at College of DuPage. How many people here are feeling like geniuses right now? Don't be bashful. If you don't feel like it now, that's all right. You will by the time your time ends here at the College of DuPage. All right, the next G. We call it grab the wheel. Let me hear it.
Oh, no. Say it with me now. Grab the wheel. One more time.
We call this one grab the wheel because I equate it to sort of like when you're taking driver's ed, right? You're in the car, you're behind the wheel, it feels like you're in control, but there is a person sitting next to you telling you exactly what to do, when to do it, and some of those cars even had that passenger side brake that they could hit, that if things got really dicey, they'd make that decision to say stop. To me, that's what the high school experience is like. You might have felt like you were in control, but there's somebody there. High school has really one job, and that is to get you out of high school. And it worked. Congratulations, everyone. In college, you're in charge. We are here to help. We have so many supports for you, but it's up to you to grab the wheel and take charge of your higher education experience. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Manuel so he can give you his take on it.
I mean, it is up to you, but you're not just grabbing the wheel. No, you're grabbing 3 C's of the wheel. See, the first C is you got to capture the moments here. At COD, you're going to have an event happening almost every other day, an event that gives you the opportunity to try something new and meet someone new. And Chuck, don't get me wrong, there's probably food at those events, am I right?
There's food at a lot of events.
Who doesn't like free food? Wait, who doesn't like free food? Nobody likes free food.
You worded the question kind of funny. Who doesn't like free food? Who likes free food?
Okay. So everyone likes free food. Good to hear. The second C, they say curiosity kills the cat. No. At COD, curiosity actually wakes up the dog. See what I mean by that? The real winners are the ones that's going to do anything it takes to win. While you're here, remind yourself why you're here. What are you trying to accomplish while you're here? And you don't have all the answers, but we have the people that do. So the real ones that want to win are the ones that are going to ask the most questions. The ones that aren't going to be afraid to ask, what does it take to get to where I want to be? And the last C, all I can tell you is that this is your chance to chase the future version that you want to be. Listen, college is a great time to basically reinvent yourself. You could come in and instead of going by your first name, you can go by your middle name. You can literally take this opportunity to transform yourself, to get ahead into where you want to be. So when I say grab the wheel, no, you're grabbing these 3 C's. Capture every moment that you get out of this college. Question everything. Question everything. And I promise you, if you challenge yourself to chase that future version of yourself, you'll be surprised what you can do. So grab the wheel, but grab that future version of yourself. Thank you.
Curiosity is really the key to lifelong learning. It's really the key to success. If you want to think about how you're going to get smarter, I thought I was being bleeped out for a second. I didn't say anything. It's the key to lifelong learning. It's the key to getting smarter. The quickest way to get more information, to get new information, is to ask questions. It's such a good habit. Can we all agree to try to ignore that?
Where is that coming from?
Okay. I think it's just the test one they do on Tuesdays. I do have one other C I want to mention that just occurred to me while Manuel was talking, and that is comfort zone. Dr. Hammond mentioned the importance of getting out of your comfort zone, and I'm sure you've all heard that before. Have you all heard the phrase, get out of your comfort zone before? We talk about it quite a bit. We don't always talk about what's outside your comfort zone, though. There is another zone that is outside your comfort zone. Anybody know what that's called? Your discomfort zone? It's one way. There was another one, but I didn't quite catch it from the back. Growth zone. It's your growth zone, or also your learning zone, right? The purpose of getting out of your comfort zone is so that you can grow and you can learn. And if you do something enough times that is out of your comfort zone, what happens to your comfort zone? It grows. It gets bigger. It expands, right? There's one more zone outside your learning zone, your growth zone, and that is the panic zone. And that is all you want to do is survive. So, when that happens, you want to get back to either your learning zone, your growth zone, or the comfort zone. But that's the importance. That's why you're told to get out of the comfort zone, is so that you can get into that learning zone. And so I do encourage you. That's exactly what Manuel is talking about, is getting out of that comfort zone. All right? We do have a number of workshops today that really kind of focus on that. Again, they are all listed on page 6. I do want to have a couple specific tips I want to give you that also fall under this grab the wheel. And one is have a calendar. Whatever you've done before in your life, whatever worked for you, that's great. But in college, I'm telling you, have a calendar. And when you get your syllabus, all your syllabi for all your classes, transfer everything onto one calendar so you can see when you're going to get jammed up through the semester. When are your midterms? When are your big projects due? You're going to put your work schedule on there. You're going to put, if you have any family obligations, on there, because that's going to help you succeed. The other thing I want you to be aware of, talking about calendars, is how many hours a week do you have to work to be considered a full-time worker? 40 hours a week you have to work. To be considered a full-time student, how many credit hours do you need to take? And a credit hour is how many hours you're spending in the classroom. 12 to be a full-time student. How does that make any sense? 12 hours to be a full-time student, 40 hours to be a full-time worker. They are not equivalent. You do not have to be a math major to go, that is not equivalent. The reason for that is because you are expected to spend 2 to 3 hours outside of the classroom for every hour you spend inside the classroom in college. So if you take, let's say you take 2 hours for every hour inside the classroom, you have 12 hours inside the classroom, 24 hours outside the classroom, that comes to 36 hours. And when you compare 36 hours to 40 hours, you go, okay, it's not equal, but it's getting there, right? So that's why it's only 12. So when you're filling out your calendar, don't just put in your class schedule, put down your study hours, put down the time that you're going to be working on classes, and start working on classes week 1. Don't think you can skate the first couple weeks and then try to play catch up. That is not a recipe for success. Start early, stay on top of it. One last thing, or 2 more things. One last thing about the car. If you're driving around and you're not paying attention and you hit a pothole, you can do some serious damage to your car, right? If you're looking ahead and you see a pothole in the distance, you have a lot more options. You can slow down, you can go around, you can reroute yourself. There's much more options. I guarantee you, no matter how your life has gone up to this point in time, during your college experience, statistics say that you will hit some kind of bump. We don't know what it is. It might be financial, it might be academic, it might be relational, it might be mental health. Pardon me?
Or just life.
Just life. Life happens, right? The more life you accumulate, the more stuff that can happen to you. There will be a bump. So that's one of the reasons it's important to put things on a calendar. The other important reason is to know all the support systems we have for you here at the college, right? We have the Learning Commons for academics. We have counseling for mental health. We have advising and transfer for academics. So there is a lot that we can offer, but be looking ahead and you'll avoid a lot of stuff. The other program I want to mention, and this is a great one, we have a peer mentoring program that's run out of the Intercultural Student Initiatives Office. And that pairs you up as new students with experienced students. And they help you with the social aspects, they help you with the academic aspect, and it's a very low-stress, fun way to get acclimated to the College of DuPage and the community we have
Highly
here.
recommended. Highly recommended.
Yeah, and so if you're interested in that, go to the Intercultural Student Initiative session or stop by their table. All right. The last G, get involved. And this is the one where you can really increase your value. But before we get to this, I actually do want to take a moment and ask all the OLs in the room if you can please exit and get set up for the workshops, because we're nearing the end of this session. So let's take 1 second and allow all the OLs to exit and get set up for your next workshop. Give them a round of applause.
Give it up for your OLs. This is a very supportive crowd.
Very supportive. And I will tell you, if any of you are interested in, you see all the OLs, they're either they're in green shirts or they're in gray shirts. If that is something that you're interested in getting involved with, you can ask them about it. There is a lot of training that goes into it. This isn't just a volunteer situation. It's actually, they get trained and they achieve phase 1 of the Living Leadership Program, right, which is a co-curricular certificate program. There's 2 levels for that. Becoming an orientation leader gets you past phase 1. And also, there is a scholarship that is attached to doing that. So you can make a little money while you're serving your community. If you're interested in that, ask any of the ones in the green shirts, ask any of the OLs, and they'll help to get you set up for that. We get the biggest majority of our orientation leaders come from new student orientation. All right. Get involved. Sticking with the car analogy, why do you buy a car? To get from one place to the other, right? Transportation. But if your car has AC or heated seats or a kicking radio or a sunroof, you're going to use all that stuff, right? It's not why you bought the car, but it would be foolish not to. You'd be ridiculous to drive around town with your windows up, freezing or sweltering in the car in total silence. You're getting from one place to the other, but you're not getting everything out of that car, are you? Why do you go to college? Get an education. So you could come to campus, take a class, take off, right? But there are so many ups and extras at College of DuPage that if you don't take advantage of them, it's just like driving around town with the windows up, no air conditioning on, no radio on. It's foolish. That is not how you maximize your value. And we are lucky. College of DuPage is one of the biggest schools in the state. It's one of the biggest community colleges in the country. I want to say it currently in the state. Only University of Illinois at Champaign-Urbana is bigger than College of DuPage. We're bigger than all the rest of the four-year schools. So what that means is, with bigness, you get a lot of opportunities. A lot of opportunities. So we really encourage you to take advantage of that. The Mackinac Arts Center, which is allowing us to present here today, is one of the greatest things we have at the college here. So there are a lot of great shows. I really encourage you to take advantage of what we have here. We have Chaparral Fitness in the athletics building. If you are a full-time student, you get free membership in Chaparral Fitness. If you're a part-time student, you get it half off. So that's a great way to take advantage of. 80%, going back to research, 80% of college graduates who are surveyed, when asked what's the most impactful part of college, they will tell you that it was outside of the classroom. All right? Typically, it's either getting a mentoring or networking relationship with a faculty member or joining a club or organization. A lot of times you join a club or organization and you develop a mentoring relationship with that faculty advisor that you might have there. So I really encourage you to do that. Again, going back to the bigness, you might be intimidated by the size and think, how can I ever connect in a community that is this large? The way to think of it is, we are a community of communities, right? We have about 80 student clubs on campus. We have 5 student organizations on campus. We have theater groups, performance groups. We have athletic teams. If you're a student worker, everything. The mentoring. The peer mentors. There are so many programs and so many ways to connect at College of DuPage. Don't think of it as far as connecting with everything. Think of it as finding your community here, and that's going to lead to your success. Quick time check. All right. The last thing I want to leave you, so those are the 3 G's. Repeat them again for me. All right. The last thing I want to, these are the workshops that have to do with getting involved. So if this is you want this to be your focus today, again, they're all listed on page 6. We also have the Student Life Fair that is Wednesday, September 4th. One last thing I want to tell you about, too, we have what we call the Food Security Initiative. We have, it's called the Fuel Garden, and then we have a Fuel Pantry. And they work in collaboration along with our arts department, along with our culinary department, along with our horticulture department, along with our environmental biology department, all working together to provide, one, to help our community. Right? So if you want to do a service learning project in the garden or the pantry, that's available to you. If you want to get an internship with one of them, that's available to you. If you need support through food, there's no questions asked. You can come in whether it's you need to take some food home for the week for the family, or whether you just need a snack before a test because you didn't bring something in that day and don't want your stomach growling during the test. It is available for you. So that is a multidisciplinary effort that we have here at the college, and it is really gangbusters. It's one of the things we're most proud of. So the last thing I'm going to leave you here with, before I send you out to this workshop sessions, some people, when they attend a community college, especially when you're going on to a 4-year school, you think, oh, I'm just going to come to campus, take my classes, kind of sit back, relax, wait till I get to the 4-year school, and then life really kicks in. College life really kicks in, right? That could not be further from the truth. Coming to a community college, at a 4-year school, we normally start talking about study abroad opportunities junior or senior year. They will start telling you about internship programs, junior or senior year. If you want to be an officer in an organization or a starter on a team or a star in a theatrical production or a performance group, you have to kind of wait and put your time in. At College of DuPage, it all starts today. One of the sessions we have is on study abroad. We have a career services center that will tell you about internships. It's not unusual for you to be in this seat 1 year and then the very next year be student trustee up here on stage. You can, what it is coming to a community college, especially if you do it right, is not a delay to your college experience. It is a jump start to your college experience. What we find from students who get involved and take advantage of everything we have, when they transfer to a four-year school, they are ahead of the juniors who went to a four-year from the beginning because they've already had these leadership opportunities, leadership experiences. In fact, a lot of them will still come back and still stay connected with us and still feel that this is the foundation of their higher education because it is, because their network is so strong here. So don't forget, this is not a delay. It is a jump start. And for anyone who's thinking, you know, there really is only one thing that is missing from a four-year school at a community college, and that is the residential life, right? We do not have dorms, but we have a very active campus life here. There are events going on just about every other day, but you have to be on campus to take advantage of it. You can't just come to campus and take off. In fact, my advice to you is the first 2 weeks of school, spend as much time as you can here. Take advantage of Chaparral Days. Walk around, see everything that we have to offer. You will find so many different ways to connect. So take advantage of it here. All right, with that, I'm going to send you off to your workshops. After the workshops, we'll meet back here for about 10 minutes, and then we will have lunch. Thank you.